Dario and Shadowlynx gained the power of the crystal from another world. And by doing so, they thwarted the Ashen strategist Uldoa's attempt to open the door to the Chamber of the Core Crystals using that very power. With a decisive plan in hand, Uldoa sought an audience with the Ashen King Mont in hopes of recovering their lost footing. Witnessing Uldoa's extraordinary resolve, the Ashen King asked her a simple question: if she remembers the day she entered his service. For Uldoa, it is a day that will forever live in her memory. It was the day she was betrayed by her sworn liege and trusted comrades, the day her heart perished. A special day in which she was given life anew. The day she joined the Ashen King and his family. Renewed in her desire to see her liege's ambitions to fruition, she swears her life upon her new plan. To this, the Ashen King gives his blessing and his trust. Elsewhere, the warriors of the crystals search for the Ashen King. Once again calling on the help of Eureka, they are able to find traces of his magic upon a small world. The warriors hasten there and are met by its inhabitants upon their arrival. Monsters who speak the tongue of man and who choose to live in harmony with humans. Through this encounter, Dario realizes just how much there is to learn about these other worlds. Wishing to give meaning to his remaining time, he is inspired anew to save the place these peaceful beings call home. Uldoa and the warriors of the crystals confront each other at the Temple of Radiance, each seeking different ends of their own. In the midst of a fierce battle, Uldoa manages to ensnare the warriors in a trap. For she was armed with the knowledge that the Temple of Radiance was created long ago as a passageway to the Chamber of the Core Crystals. Her trap would sap the magic from the warriors of the crystals, and especially the hidden power within Lucio, and finally open the door to that which her liege seeks. However, Lucio had learned much from his master, June, and from all the battles he fought along the way. By swearing to protect all life, not because it is his duty, but from a willful, inner desire to do so. Lucio's true power is awakened once more, and with it, he defeats Uldoa. Eyes glazed over with the dream of the world Mont would create, she breathes her final breath. As he treads the path to the inner chamber, Ashen King Mont senses that she had opened the way at the cost of her own life. Seeing his liege grieve and blaming himself for their loss, Ashen Shimmerlance Volke makes a decision.
Please go on ahead, your worship. That warrior, Lucio, is bound to come after us. Allow me to avenge Our Lady Strategist. I am the Ashen Shimmerlance, your worship's loyal spear. I shall run through any and all who defy you. This I swear! There isn't time, your worship. You must go quickly so that Lady Strategist's death won't be in vain. There's no need to worry. The power of the core crystals also flows within me by the grace of your worship. I won't be easily defeated. But if I can say one thing...
What is it?
If my lack of experience worries you, then I urge you all the more to hurry. It's simple, your worship. If you claim the core crystals before I am defeated, you can just use their power to save me, can you not? In other words, whether I live or die depends solely on your worship.
Volke.
Now get going, Lunacesta. No. Ketone. I'm counting on you to keep his worship, Lord Mont, safe.
Volke. My brother. No matter what it takes, you must survive. You must live, for I refuse to lose another. That is my one and only command. What is it, Volke? You have fallen quiet. I gave you an order, and I would hear your answer.
It shall be as you wish.
Do not fail me.
I won't, your worship.
Come, Ketone.
Yes, your worship.
He called me his brother. Such words are wasted on me. If I had remained the same child I was the day I departed with his worship, I could have been happy. I thought of Mont and Ketone as family. Before I knew it, Sis was just a distant memory. But I'm not the same as I was back then. I can't be.
Hey, Uldoa, why does Lord Mont always look so sad?
Volke. I see you've reached an age where you notice things like that, little one.
I told you already, don't call me little.
Oops. I apologize. I just can't seem to help myself. So much time has passed, and yet I still see the little lad I met back then.
I guess the only way to change that is for me to grow up as fast as possible. Then I can join the fight too, and Lord Mont won't have to look so sad all the time. I'll take down all the enemies in his path, get a big reward, and become his best retainer. And when I do, you won't have to think so hard every day, Uldoa. You can retire.
Well, that sounds like a fine idea. I suppose that means I stand in the presence of a great general-to-be. But there's so much for you to learn before you can go out and earn your honors on the battlefield. Like combing your hair after waking up. It is an unruly mess. But I shall see it tamed soon enough, so come here.
I can do it myself. Besides, your hair is just as messy. Maybe even worse.
Oh. Quite the bold statement for one so little, General Volke. I'd say it's deserving of a little punishment.
No, please! Not the Uldoan mini-bomber!
This is what happens when you don't respect your elders! Take this!
Ah! I'm sorry! Stop! Please! Stop!
Giving up already, Volke. We haven't even reached the mountaintop yet. I thought you wanted to protect his worship.
Wait up! Just for a little!
No. Now hurry up. You will never wield a spear with such weak legs.
Damn it! You don't have to be so harsh, kid! Ugh.
I told you not to call me that during training. Throw away such sentiments, Volke. As punishment, you can do 2 more climbs. If you can't make it back to the foot of the mountain by nightfall, the monsters can have you as far as I'm concerned.
You're the only monster here!
If you have energy enough to curse me, it means I've been too lenient. Shall we make it 3 climbs instead?
Here I come, your worship.
Show me what you can do. Your movements are sharper than before. But enough. Let us end here. You have done well in your training.
Thank you, your worship. Does that mean I can finally join you in battle?
Someday, yes. When the time comes.
Someday. Still the same answer, I see.
Volke! Watch your tongue before his worship.
But I tire of hearing those words. When is the time supposed to come? Why won't you let me see battle, your worship? We visited countless worlds in search of that power's source, but not once, not one single time have you...
That's enough, you fool! His worship does not let you see battle because you are clearly not ready.
I didn't ask you, Kit. Ketone. I would hear the answer from his worship. Pray tell me, am I truly not good enough yet, your worship? If you can't answer with words, then answer with your blade in a duel, here and now. If I can land a clean blow upon you, then please, allow me to formally be one of your warriors.
Have you no shame? If you insist upon squawking, then I will be your opponent and return you to your cage.
No. Let it be as he wishes. I accept the terms. But in return, you shall accept mine. If I am the victor of our bout, you will never speak of this again.
I gladly accept.
Ketone, you will stand as our witness. Be a fair and impartial judge to us both.
Are you certain, your worship?
I am. Volke has never challenged me to an earnest battle before. But now that you have, Volke, you must prove your worth. Hold nothing back.
I believe you to be a man of your word, your worship. Now prepare yourself!
That was close. I had no idea Volke's skills had come this far. He's gotten strong.
As I suspected, warriorhood is in your blood. Your skills and spirit leave nothing to be desired. It brings me joy that you wish to serve me. But know this.
The blaze of the battlefield, pride of Leonis. You were something indeed to have made it this far, but you will go no further.
Lord Mont.
For the sake of your sister, Lilith, I cannot allow you to tread such a bloody path!
Enough! This match has been won. Please stop. Both of you.
I expect you to keep your promise. Never speak of this again. I shall decide when you are ready.
Understood, Your Worship.
Oh my! What was all that ruckus? Everyone looks awfully dour.
It is nothing that warrants your concern. His worship was merely training with Volke.
Ah, is that so? From the looks of things, Lord Volke put up a good fight, but was still shy of victory.
Your eyes are keen as ever, Lady Strategist. But I didn't even come close.
Then I suppose more training is in order. In any case, might I have a moment of your worship's time?
Speak. Did you find anything out?
I did indeed. I was looking into the great waves of power your worship has begun feeling of late. And I believe I have finally discovered their source.
You have?
But of course, never have I lied to his worship, and nor shall I do so today.
Then I would hear your full report. Let us go to a more befitting location.
Left out, like always.
But I won't give up. One day I will prove to his worship just how useful I can be.
The core crystals. So they are the source of this great power.
Indeed, your worship. And the crystal in your possession is likely a fragment of them. The warriors of the crystals who saved your worship's life. It is my humble belief that they were originally born of these core crystals.
I see. I knew they were not human, but I did not suspect that to be their true nature.
After deciphering countless myths and legends told across the worlds we have visited, I have learned that the core crystals will emit infinite and inexhaustible magical energy when placed in the chamber to which they belong. This is without a doubt the source of the great power your worship spoke of.
With it, his worship would have infinite magic power at his disposal. And he could use that to recreate worlds? Where is that chamber you speak of?
And how do we get there?
I regret to say I do not have those answers yet, so I must humbly ask for your patience.
I guess there's not much we can do if we don't know where it is.
Fear not, Lord Volke, for my report has only begun. I would not bring anything to his worship's attention without at least having a clue in hand.
Do you never tire of needlessly putting on airs, Lady Strategist? Do not waste his worship's time.
Always the prickle and the posterior. Do you never tire of needlessly... As I said before, I have yet to ascertain the inner chamber's location or the way there. But it may be within our means to establish a connection with the core crystals directly, which is why I have asked for your worship's time today.
Wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. Aren't the core crystals in the inner chamber?
I must implore you, be patient and all shall be explained. First, you must understand why his worship can sense the intense waves of power through the crystal in his possession. And that is because the core crystals have fallen from the place they belong. That chamber which lies beyond our grasp.
They have fallen from their place, you say? I find it hard to believe this would simply happen.
Normally, I would imagine such a thing to be impossible, but the fact remains that it is now reality. Which is why we can assume that some unforeseen circumstance befell the core crystals.
An unforeseen circumstance?
Could it be the doing of those three? The interlopers from the end of all things?
It is true that their power is unfathomable. And I do recall detailing to you all how dangerous it would be to come into contact with them unprepared. However, I do not think it was them for many reasons.
We can discuss that later. Continue.
Yes, Your Worship. Whatever the underlying circumstance may be, it has presented us with the perfect opportunity to establish a connection to the core crystals. And the reason I say that is, the core crystals are scattered across a place deeply connected to us.
You cannot mean...
Ardra again? This can be no mere coincidence. Must my fate be forever tied to that accursed place?
This is the result of a great many world lines branching from that land. Though I am sure Your Worship is already aware of such. I understand your anger, but think of sufferance as a virtue that shall give us the advantage of familiarity.
So, you're saying that we're more likely to find the core crystals because Ardra's our home? Well, maybe not my home. Barely know the place.
That is correct. And I believe it best to make our move sooner than later. As I mentioned earlier, it is highly probable that this incident was caused by unforeseen circumstances. In which case, the warriors of the crystals will not sit idly by. It is their duty to uphold the harmony and stability of the worlds. And so it is inevitable that they too will begin to search for the lost core crystals.
I do not want to imagine what will happen if we are forced into combat against Perrine.
It is clear where we stand. We need to connect to the core crystals before the warriors do. I will not know whether or not I can obtain their power until I try. But try I must. I sense 4 energies that likely belong to the core crystals. While they are indeed on Ardra, they exist at different points in time. The strongest among them are here in Wazette and in Horn.
I take Uldoa's absence to mean that she has been sent through time and space to find the core crystal in Horn.
Indeed. We shall find the one in Wazette. However, even with Calidra's crystal, I cannot discern its exact location.
But if it really is that powerful, it could already be influencing its environment in some way. If we ask around a village or some other settlement, we might be able to learn something.
I suppose you have a point. That may be all we can do at present. In which case...
A moment, Your Worship. I hate to have to say this, but your current attire...
It might... it will definitely draw too much attention.
Then I leave the matter in your hands, Ketone.
Would Your Worship not consider, perhaps, assigning Volke to the task?
Volke, you say?
Yes, your worship. I believe his appearance and gear would allow him to pass as a traveling mercenary. It would be easier for him to blend in, especially in areas where rumors abound, like taverns and the seedier corners of town.
A sound argument. Are you up to the task, Volke?
Yes, your worship. You need not even ask. I won't let you down.
Then I leave it to you, Volke. However, you must avoid fighting at all costs, especially with other people.
I know. I will bring you whatever information I can find.
Have I noticed anything different? Well, yeah, I sure have.
And what might that be?
The monsters. Lately, they've turned savage and have been rampaging around these parts. The Elder's at his wit's end, so he asked a noble by the name of Rogal to step in. He's the man who rules this area. Ah, I see now. You've come to join the hunt and make a name for yourself, haven't you?
Well, that's right. There's no fooling you, sir. As you might have guessed, I'm a traveling mercenary. Heard I could make myself a fortune in these parts, so here I am.
That's so. Well, I don't mind who does the job, so long as those monsters are gone by the end of it. You'll find the commander posted at the Black Dove Inn on the main road.
The Black Dove. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Here's hoping you make your mark out there. Best of luck to you.
Rampaging monsters, huh? I wonder if the core crystal is to blame for that. His worship told me to avoid conflict with people. But monsters are a different story, right?
A mercenary, huh? You're young, but you look like you can hold your own. All right, you're in.
Appreciate it. This should keep my coin purse full for a time.
We'll discuss rewards once you've shown some results. I trust that works for you.
No objections here.
Then it's settled. We head out tomorrow morning. Rest up at the inn tonight, but know the fee's coming from your pay.
Nothing's on the house, huh? Guess I'll need to work hard to make sure I don't come out of this with less than I started. There. That's one pack down. See for yourself.
Well, I'll be damned. You've got quite the spear arm for your age.
No need for flattery, Commander. I just want to know if this is the end of the job. Is there any chance we might be asked to look into why these monsters turn savage?
Hoping to milk the Wizette army for all it's worth, are you? I like your style. The regular army could use a talented soldier like yourself. I could put in a good word, you know.
Me? A soldier?
Why not? It seems a wandering dragoon joined our ranks not long ago. Archie rose through the ranks so quickly, she now takes orders directly from King Kuri himself. So how about it? Right now, Wizette's your oyster if you've got skill.
I assume you'll also be rewarded a little something for so wisely recommending me.
You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours. In this day and age, you need to make your gill when you can.
And that's more important than people's livelihoods?
You've got a coin purse to fill too, don't you? Well, give it some thought. It's a good opportunity for the both of us.
Next contract comes first. I'll give it some thought, if you keep me employed.
Do not turn around. Just give me your report.
What I've learned so far points to the monster's aggression being a result of the core crystal's influence. I've helped the Wizard army defeat the beast several times now, and I think I've gained a certain degree of their trust.
So you've been joining them in battle?
Eventually, the military will begin investigating the cause of all this aggression, and I want to be a part of that. But for that to happen, I'm going to have to prove myself and make sure they want me on board.
Understood. I shall report back to his worship. In the meantime, continue with the mission. But try to make it quick. His worship is not comfortable with staying in Ardra for too long.
I will.
And before I go, Volke, allow me to say that you did well to detect my presence.
I wish she would decide whether to praise or patronize me and just stick with it. As much as I'd love to make this quick, it's not really up to me. It seems like the army is set on hunting down monsters as soon as they find them, but what could be their aim? Maybe I ought to look into the commander a little more. According to the soldiers at the inn, he went to speak with the Elder, but...
That's him. The mercenary that's cozying up to the army.
You fool! Don't look him in the eye! There's no telling what he'll do.
Damn it. Doesn't that mutt have any idea whose pockets his pay comes from?
That's enough. Let's go. We don't need any trouble.
Hey, wait! What was that about? I didn't expect them to thank me, but I didn't think they'd be like this considering I protected their town. Well, this is the Elder's house. I'll show myself in.
Don't be ridiculous. Even if you are the military, there are limits to how much you can ask for.
Are you sure you want to refuse me? If we withdraw, your town is all but done for.
This is extortion. I thought you were here to help us.
Calm yourself. We are under orders from Lord Rogal.
Then you must find out why the monsters are behaving this way. There must be a reason. Perhaps they have a nest nearby. How can you keep demanding more gil without even investigating the cause?
Hey, is what he said true?
You know, it's bad manners to eavesdrop.
I asked you a question. Why aren't you looking into the source of the problem? What was the point of even hiring me?
Come on, there's no reason to get angry. It's all a misunderstanding. There are limits to what the army can do.
This is no misunderstanding. He is trying to squeeze every coin he possibly can from this town. I will stand for this no longer. I will speak to Lord Rogal. No! I will raise this matter to King Kuri himself and see you punished.
King Kuri? And here I thought we could resolve this peacefully. It seems you need a painful reminder of your place in the world!
Stop!
What's this now? The wandering mercenary wants to play hero, does he?
I thought the army was meant to look after the people. Aren't you ashamed to turn your sword against the very ones you're meant to protect?
You've got spirit, boy. I'll give you that. But ideals can only get you so far in this world. Keep spouting such naive nonsense, and you might find it gets you into a situation you can't get out of.
And what situation might that be?
Something like this!
Heavens have mercy! How can this be happening?
You had promise, so I thought I'd take you under my wing. What a mistake that was. You there! Finish the deed.
Don't take it personally. This is a matter of life and death for us, too.
Curse you! You won't get away with this!
That's enough out of you!
My head. Those cowards. They jumped me from behind. Damn them! They tied me up and just left me here!
No! My house! The town!
Stop! Please!
What in the world is going on out there? Smoke. In this heat. It can't be. Did they set the town on fire? At this rate, it'll...
Calm down. Remember what Kid taught you. When restrained by the enemy, I just need to dislocate this joint like so, and...
Damn it, that hurts! I can't believe she taught me such a painful technique like it was just another chore on the list. But it worked. Now to pop it back in, and...
Put it out! Someone, please! Put the fire out! It's too late! It's spreading too quickly! Why is this happening? And where is the army? Over here! Soldier! I need your help! My wife and child are still inside!
Is that so? Well, you've got nothing to worry about.
Oh, thank you.
After all, you'll be reunited shortly. On the other side.
What? You don't mean...
You bastard! What have you done?
You again? Why are you still alive? Oh, but I've seen your skills countless times. I know when a fight isn't worth it.
Get back here!
Apologies, Lord Rogal. It seems we may have made a slight miscalculation.
I came to see how things were faring, but... well, they only have themselves to blame for this. None of this would have happened had they not foolishly threatened to alert King Kuri.
I could not agree more. At least we managed to grab all their valuables before setting fire to the place. But, who would have thought those Spanish brutes could be so heartless, huh? Torching the town and killing all its people.
No one would put it past them. Those filthy savages are known for their cruelty, after all. But His Majesty would never let them get away with it. He will bring Finis to its knees soon enough, then rebuild this poor town.
Leaving your lordship to take charge of the reconstruction. Which means you'll be the one making the estimates for everything. Isn't that right?
That's quite the scandalous choice of words, Commander. Not that I'm denying it. His Majesty has been putting far too much pressure on us nobles lately. And I think it is time he got a better grasp of the hardships we face managing these territories.
Oh, do continue, my lord. What happens in a burning town stays in a burning town.
I beg to differ. I heard everything you said.
Commander! Lord Rogal, help me!
You are not one of ours.
You little! You should be dead right now! How did you make it out of that fire?
If you wanted to keep me quiet, you should have killed me yourself. Why didn't you take my head? Is it because you're nothing more than a coward? A pathetic, spineless rat?
How dare you!
I'll take that as a yes.
Explain yourself, Commander. I tire of this farce.
My apologies, Lord Rogal.
You know what happens to those who miscalculate repeatedly and fail me, don't you?
Of course, my lord. I'll take care of this. Enough dawdling, you fools! Hurry up and surround this vagrant!
Your worship, please forgive me for what I'm about to do.
If you're saying your prayers, it won't help you. Go on, kill him! No one will miss one less drifter!
I just cannot let these fiends go unpunished.
How can this be? A single man striking down all of my soldiers? Whoa! Darsenal! This job isn't worth dying for!
Now, only one left. Where is he?
What's going on here? Volke!
Let me go! Where the hell is that noble? He needs to pay for what he's done!
Enough! Have you forgotten what his worship said? What of your mission?
Kiton.
Calm yourself. Take a deep breath. That's it. No, again.
Kid. These men. They're supposed to be soldiers. They set fire to the village. They tried to burn me alive. That's why
I understand. You don't need to say any more.
I never wanted this to happen. But I was so mad. I couldn't think straight and...
It's all right, Volke. I'm here. And you are safe. His worship. The Lord Mont is worried about you. Let us return to his side for now. All right, Volke?